So here's what I would say to someone who is considering producing their own stage play. Make sure that you're writing. First of all, if you're the writer, make sure that your story is complete. Make sure it makes sense from beginning to the end. Make sure it's something that people that can hold their attention and engage the audience throughout the entire show. Make sure your product first and foremost is good. Second of all, you want to make sure you have a budget, because it is expensive. It's super, super expensive. I mean, sometimes seeing people do something, they make it look easy, but it takes a lot of money to produce a show. So you want to start out with a budget. You want to know how much you plan on paying the cast, how much you planned on using for set design, for musicians, and don't forget, you have to feed the cast. You need food. Make sure makeup, all of these things are included in your budget so that you can know exactly what you are going to need to make the production a success. You don't ever want to get to the end of a thing owing people money and not having a way to pay them. So make sure that you are budgeting from the beginning, so that everything can be taken care of throughout and that your show could be successful. So it's super, super important if you're just starting out, to make sure you start with a budget. Great product, make sure you budget, make sure you're casting the right people, because you just don't want to cast people. A lot of actors, and I'll be honest, will want to apply, will want to audition, but don't want to rehearse, don't want to have any commitment to the project. Make sure if you have people like that, it's best to go ahead and recast right away, because you're just wasting your time when you're just trying to work with people who are not committed to your project. So that's another thing. Casting is super, super important. Make sure you're getting the right people. Again, people who are invested, and people who understand the vision, and people who love the project, because they're going to give their all to something that they love. If they're just there because they just need to make a couple of dollars, or they just want to do something just to be doing it, it's not going to serve you well, and it's not going to serve them well. So with casting, that's super, super important. Make sure you're picking the correct venue. Make sure, if you're just starting out, you don't want a big, huge venue at first. You want to be able to get out of a venue. You want to sell out of a venue that's smaller, and you just keep working your way up as your audience is building. So that's super, super important, making sure you pick the correct venue. For smaller companies, it may be great to start out with a black box and work your way up.